Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Angela Brennan and today I'm bringing you a Spellbinders Club Kit from February 2024, the Glimmer of the Month. I have the Champagne Hot Foil here which comes with the Glimmer of the Month, and what I tend to do is in the roll itself I write the name of the hot foil so I know it's champagne, because the champagne, the gold, the polished brass, they all look very similar, so writing that in there helps me identify. And the Glimmer of the Month comes with one big plate, hot foil plate with lovely daffodils on it, a bouquet of daffodils, and a couple of sentiments with its die cut with it. Now this one says, "You brighten my day," but I tend to use a circle die and cut out that sentiment. I do like circular sentiments, and all of my hot foiling is done. If it's a white card, it's on Hammermill 100-pound card. Now, to get successful or accurate or complete hot foiling, try to use at least 100-pound card that is smooth. For white card, I tend to use Hammermill, but I also look at other colored card that I have in my stash. The smoother the card, the better. And usually where the setting that I have is you put the flat part of the hot foil plate on the platform, the pattern side upwards, the shiny side of the hot foil against the pattern side of the hot foil plate, and the dull side of the hot foil faces the card. That is the sandwich or the chronology of the items that you put. Here I didn't wait for the machine to get to have the green light, and I decided to go ahead, and it goes to show impatience doesn't help here. So I do it the second time after the green light, and it's moved ever so slightly, but I still like that slightly shadowed look. And the hot foil, I do keep it because I do some negative hot foiling later on. I do go on to make quite a few cards here. Quite a few of them I just hot foil on colored cardstock because I just wanted to see how it looks, and it turns out really beautifully. And my setting is usually medium setting at 20 seconds. Just make sure it's got a green light before you go with it. If not, it doesn't hot foil very well. And you always get great results. See how crisp and beautiful it is. And all of the foil, I do negative hot foiling, which is why I end up with quite a few cards. Every time I use the hot foil, I tend to do another card because I don't want to waste the foil with the image of the daffodils on it. And that's why you can get 2 for 1 in when you do hot foiling. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And when you do subscribe, remember to press that notification bell so you're alerted when a new video is uploaded. I continue to do loads of hot foiling because once the machine is on, it takes me about 10 minutes to get the machine ready, which is why initially I was quite impatient and decided to give it a go and see how it went. But do wait for it to be ready, even if 10 minutes, and then just get all your hot foiling done. So once I've done all the hot foiling with the large daffodil bouquet, I continue on with the sentiments, and even then I do the sentiments on quite a few colored cardstocks, basically all the colors I use, the teal, orange, and dark blue and white as well. And I do a couple on black. Now while the sentiment comes with coordinating dies, for the longer sentiment I do use the coordinating die, but for the smaller sentiment, which is the "You Brighten My Day," I do like using a circular die. Because I don't know, I just find a circular die on a composition on front of a card, it looks really beautiful. Here the sentiment didn't come out very well, but because I used the hinge method, so I can put it back in exactly the right way, and I can do the hot foil it again. And the second time around, it does come out well. Sometimes it's where it's placed on the platform, because I've got a slight tear in my platform. I don't know how it happened, but there you go. I must have put something on it. So sometimes it doesn't work as well. I'm not going to change my foil press yet. As long as it works, I'm going to keep using it. And here I'm going to do a negative hot foiling. I'm using the large rectangle hot foil plate here from Catherine Pooler. Now Spellbinders has got one as well, a rectangle plate, but it's smaller. So I wanted one for a full-size A2 or A6 card, which is why I'm using the Catherine Pooler large rectangle hot foil plate. And when I do this, what I do is I do it at a high setting, and it's going to be at 30 seconds. And see what beautiful results you get. The plastic is clear, which shows all of the hot foil has been transferred onto the card beautifully. I continue to do this for all of the balanced hot foil that I had. Why do I want to waste that beautiful image of the daffodil spray on the hot foil? I end up making quite a few cards. And here I'm doing it onto a blue card. Now it comes out a little bit distressed, but I still like it and do turn it into a card. It's a slightly distressed look of a daffodil spray, but it is still beautiful. And I do make this all into cards. So I do end up with quite a few sentiments as well as card panels. And do you see the difference here in the sentiment? I do prefer the circular one, but I wanted to use the coordinating die to show you how it looks as well. So here now I'm going to show you how I do some ink blending and some COPIC coloring with the images that have been hot foiled onto the white card. The ones on the colored card, there's not much to do with it. I think it looks beautiful as is. I just cut it, put it onto a card panel and stick a sentiment on it. And that's the same with all of these negative hot foil images as well. Hot foiling can be quite intimidating. It took me a little while to get into hot foiling, but if you get the right hot foiling system, be it the Crafter's Companion, GEMINI Foilpress, or the Spellbinders hot foiling system, just learn what are the right settings, timings, and use the right paper and hot foil, and you'll get some amazing results. They're quick cards to make and they really look elegant. Whenever I put my hot foiling machine on, I end up making quite a few cards, because you obviously make the card that shows the image as well as the negative image on the hot foil. Why waste it? What else are you going to use it for? And you can end up with a 2-for-1 card. As you can see here, with those hot foils that I've done on colored cardstock, it's easy enough to put it onto a card panel and then stick on the sentiment and add a couple of gems just for good measure. As you know, I need to use gems to complete a card. And then you have an elegant card that's completed and looks really professional. I'm doing some ink blending here. This is another way to embellish or complete your hot foil card. If you don't hot foil it on a colored cardstock, if you want to add some color to an hot foiling you've done on white cardstock, you can just ink blend it. Here I use 3 distress ink colors, Twisted Citron, Squeezed Lemonade, and Peacock Feathers, and put a light blend of color onto the hot foiled card panel. And then I add a little bit extra color onto each of the daffodils to let it pop. The shine on the card is evident and it resists the ink. So all you need to do is take a dry cloth and wipe off the ink that's on the foiled areas, because it resists the ink. So the pop of color on the daffodils makes the card really come out really pretty. All of the products I've used are listed in the description below for ease of reference, and you can get to see all of the other Spellbinders club kits that I do as well. I do showcase all of the Spellbinders club kits that I get, and I like to show how I use them for each of the kits that I get. And I like to use them differently, end up making quite a few cards, so I do have loads of cards in my stash. I just back the card panel, cut it down to 4x6, back it with some foam sheet and put it onto a 5x7 base card and stick on the hot foil sentiment which I've already made ready. Got quite a few Easter cards that I'm making here, because I do want to get ahead with my Easter cards that I do send to family and friends, and I do want to send them off early. This card panel I'm coloring with COPIC colors, and I list all the COPIC colors that I use there. It takes a little while to complete coloring this, because you need to put the color on and off and keep opening the caps. I think that takes quite a bit of time for me anyway. But what I do differently is, once I finish coloring the daffodil spray, I do color the background with a really dark Prussian blue B39. I get the idea, or rather I've been inspired to do that by a card I saw by Sandy McIver. I think really gorgeous. And while coloring the background with a darker COPIC marker takes some time, I think the image or the result that you get at the end is really worth it. I really do hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And when you do subscribe, remember to press that notification bell so you're alerted when new videos are uploaded. As I said, I do showcase all of the Spellbinders club kits that I get in my YouTube channel, and I hope you get inspired by them. Thank you so much for stopping by, And do wait till the end of the video so you can see all the completed cards and close-up pictures of all those cards as well. Happy crafting, and I'll catch you at my next video. Do take care.